From the steel mills of Shreveport to the bright lights of Super Bowl glory, Terry Bradshaw's journey has always been larger than life. But now the Blonde Bomber's net worth, estimated at a staggering $45 million, is making headlines for reasons that go far beyond the gridiron. Sure, he is a four-time Super Bowl champ and a Hall of Famer, but today his empire stretches into TV deals with Fox Sports, real estate investments, a bourbon brand, and even surprise cameos in hit movies. At 77, Bradshaw isn't slowing down. He's redefining what it means to be a sports legend turned media mogul. In this episode of Past Paradise, we're peeling back the layers of a man who turned touchdowns into trademarks and charisma into capital. How did a quarterback from Louisiana build a legacy that's still cashing in decades later? Let's dive into the dollars, the drama, and the drive behind Terry Bradshaw's enduring empire. Dwayne Johnson's net worth just hit a jaw-dropping number. In Johnson's early days, he reportedly earned as little as $40 per match when he first entered the WWE. Over time, his wrestling persona, charisma, and brand grew, making him one of WWE's most marketable stars. He made his acting debut with a supporting role in The Mummy Returns, 2001. His first lead role came in The Scorpion King, 2002, for which he was reportedly paid $5.5 million, setting a record for a debut starring role. Over the years, Johnson's acting fees rose significantly. He started earning commanding salaries in the tens of millions per film for major blockbusters: Jungle Cruise, Black Adam, Red Notice. His company, $7 Productions, co-founded in 2012, has been integral to capturing more of the upside from his film projects. In March 2020, Johnson launched Terramana Tequila, which quickly became one of his marquee business assets. The brand Terramana Tequila has been valued at around $2 billion, and with Johnson owning an estimated 30 to 40% stake, its equity adds substantially to his net worth. In January 2024, Johnson joined the board of TKO Group Holdings, parent company of UFC and WWE, receiving $30 million in stock as part of the deal. In the same year, his total earnings reportedly reached $88 million, putting him among the top-paid actors of the year. Beyond upfront salaries, Johnson participated in profit-sharing, producing credits, and back-end deals through his production company. He invested in Zoa Energy, a health-oriented energy drink, and in Salt and Straw, ice cream, diversifying beyond entertainment. In early 2025, he acquired additional shares in TKO, which were valued at $41 million, raising his total share count. Dwayne Johnson secured legal rights to his wrestling stage name, The Rock, and many associated catchphrases. This ensures licensing and royalties flow directly to him. Taylor Swift's net worth skyrockets after tour success. Taylor Swift began her career at a young age, releasing her debut in 2006 and steadily building a strong catalog of songs and albums. Over the years, she has re-recorded her earlier albums, the Taylor's Version Project, to take control of her master recordings and thereby increase her share of royalties and licensing revenue. Her catalog, royalties, licensing rights, publishing, is often estimated to be worth $600+ million by 2025. She also cultivated multiple income streams like album sales, brand partnerships, licensing, merchandise, etc. By 2025, her real estate holdings, homes in New York, Los Angeles, Nashville, and Rhode Island, are estimated to be worth in $100 to $125 million range. These physical assets provide a stable base and diversification beyond music. Before the Eras Tour, Taylor had already conducted successful large tours, 1989 World Tour, Reputation. Those specific numbers vary across sources. These earlier tours built her ability to command higher ticket prices, premium venues, and stronger merchandising opportunities. The Eras Tour began in March 2023 and ran through December 2024, covering 149 shows across multiple continents, North America, Europe, and Asia. The Eras Tour grossed approximately $2.2 billion in ticket sales, making it the highest-grossing concert tour in history. Taylor's gross earnings per concert are reportedly in the range of around $10 to $13 million per show before costs. After deducting venue fees, promoters' share, production, crew, logistics, and taxes, her net might be $5 to $6 million per show, according to estimates. Tom Brady's net worth surpasses expectations. Over his 23-year career, Brady is estimated to have earned $333 million in player contracts, salary plus bonuses. In his later years, his contracts, especially with Tampa Bay, included incentive structures and bonuses that could boost his income. Off the field, Brady made substantial income from sponsorship and endorsement deals. Many sources estimate he earned $150 million to $200 million plus from endorsements over his career. He was associated with brands such as Under Armour, Tag Heuer, Subway, IWC, Hertz, and others. After retiring, he signed a 10-year, $375 million contract with Fox Sports to be a lead NFL analyst. That works out to about $37.5 million per year in nominal terms, making it one of the largest sports broadcasting deals. The deal wasn't just about game commentary. Networks expect Brady to contribute across marketing, appearances, and content, and serve as a brand anchor. As of early 2025, his agent affirmed that Brady intends to honor the full 10 years of the contract. His first Super Bowl broadcast in this role, Super Bowl 49, adds prestige and visibility to the deal. Brady has continued to monetize his brand in health, fitness, recovery, and nutrition verticals. He founded a company, 199 Productions, to produce shows, documentaries, etc. He co-founded Autograph, a platform for NFTs and digital collectibles. His billionaire bunker estate on Indian Creek Island, Florida, was reportedly valued at over $150 million and was being marketed for sale in 2025. Brady has held multiple luxury properties in Florida. Most reliable current estimates put Tom Brady's net worth at approximately $300 million as of 2025, like Celebrity Net Worth, which lists him around $300 million. Some media sources had previously suggested that his career earnings and endorsements totaled about $473 million or more, but those may reflect cumulative gross revenue rather than net assets. Oprah Winfrey's net worth continues to set records. In 1986, The Oprah Winfrey Show was nationally syndicated. This marked a turning point. Instead of just being a hired host, Oprah negotiated to own a share of the profits from syndication, licensing, and commercials. She had negotiating power and brand leverage. She captured not just a salary, but a portion of overall show revenues, greatly accelerating her wealth accumulation. Oprah founded Harpo Productions, the company behind her show and related media ventures. Harpo enabled her to control production, licensing, spin-offs, and content rights, including international distribution. Over time, Oprah and Harpo also expanded into producing films, The Color Purple, Beloved, and Selma, and television programs, further diversifying her media income. Oprah launched O, the Oprah magazine, in partnership with Hearst, a branding and revenue arm trying to tap into her media influence. She created Oprah's Book Club, which became a cultural phenomenon. Books she recommended often became bestsellers, further enhancing her influence and brand monetization. In 2011, Oprah launched OWN, a cable network intended as a legacy platform for her brand and content. At one point, Oprah sold portions of her stake in OWN to Warner Brothers. As of early 2025, many credible sources, Forbes, The Street, estimate Oprah Winfrey's net worth to be around $3 to $3.2 billion, reflecting a $100 million gain in that year alone. Even though her talk show ended in 2011, the back catalog, syndication rights, and media ventures still generate her some income. Oprah is often cited as the richest talk show host ever, surpassing many film and entertainment stars. Jay-Z's fortune reaches a $1 billion benchmark. In 1994, he co-founded Rockefeller Records, which would give him more control over his music, profits, and business direction. His debut album, Reasonable Debut, 1996, was critically acclaimed, though not a blockbuster initially, but it established him as a serious artist. Over the late 1990s and 2000s, his albums, features, touring, and branding started generating considerable revenue. By the mid-2000s onward, Jay-Z increasingly treated himself not just as an artist, but as a diversified entrepreneur. The path from millionaire to billionaire was built on multiple streams. In 2021, he sold 50% of Armand du Brignac to LVMH, reportedly for $300 to $640 million, depending on the source. In 2023, Bacardi bought out a majority stake. Reports suggest that the transaction, or part of it, netted Jay-Z $750 million. Jay-Z founded Roc Nation in 2008. Roc Nation is a full-service entertainment company like music, artist management, touring, publishing, licensing, branding, and more. Roc Nation also expanded into sports management, representing athletes, negotiating deals, managing licensing and branding around them. His involvement in Tidal, streaming platform, and other media investments increased his exposure to growth sectors. Jay-Z is widely credited with becoming hip-hop's first billionaire in 2019. That milestone was not just symbolic, it reflected the aggregation of his diversified ventures, many of which were reaching maturity or being monetized. As of 2025, many sources peg his net worth at around $2.5 billion, making him among the richest in music. Some more recent reports even estimate his wealth at $2.6 billion, reflecting gains in 2025. Jay's wealth comes mostly from non-music ventures, spirits, investments, media, while music itself is now a smaller portion of his total net worth. The brand value of Jay-Z helps lift every venture, whether in liquor, tech, or entertainment, giving him leverage that many entrepreneurs don't have. Beyoncé's net worth shocks even her biggest fans. As of mid-2025, Beyoncé's net worth is generally estimated to be around $780 million by Forbes and other reputable outlets. Some reports round her fortune lower or higher, depending on whether private assets and future earnings are included. Her net worth has seen a significant boost recently, largely due to her Renaissance Tour business expansions and newer ventures. Many fans assume global superstars like her are already billionaires, while seeing her net worth in the high hundreds of millions surprises some because her influence seems worth more. It's not just music or tours, but her business diversification, fashion, beauty, brand ownership, catalog ownership, shows financial savvy. That broad base makes her revenue streams more resilient. The scale of her tours, like 2.7 million tickets sold in Renaissance, is enormous, and not every artist can convert that into sustained net worth. As she has more control over her music, catalog, and royalties than some artists, she retains earnings that others might lose out on. That pushes her wealth higher. The newer ventures, Sir Davis Whiskey and the haircare line Secret, add fresh, high-potential income in sectors beyond music. They are often riskier, but also with higher upside. LeBron James's net worth makes sports history. In 2003, as a young phenom, LeBron signed a $90 million deal with Nike, 7 years, a bold move, while he reportedly declined a larger upfront deal from Reebok because he believed in Nike's long-term strategy. Over time, that Nike deal evolved into a lifetime contract rumored to be worth over $1 billion, making it one of the most lucrative endorsement deals in sports history. By 2025, LeBron's cumulative NBA salary earnings are estimated at $479 million. Some sources round to $480 million. In 2024, he signed a 2-year extension with the Lakers worth about $101.35 million with a player option for 2025 to 26. Beyond Nike, LeBron has deals with PepsiCo, AT&T, Beats by Dre, Walmart, Coca-Cola, and many others. Some of these deals include equity stakes, like he gets a share of the company, not just endorsement fees. When Apple acquired Beats by Dre, LeBron's equity stake reportedly yielded $30 million. LeBron co-founded Spring Hill Entertainment, merged related ventures producing TV films, commercials, and content with strong growth potential. He sold a minority stake in Spring Hill for $750 million while retaining control. He sold an investment in Fenway Sports Group, which owns Liverpool FC, the Boston Red Sox, etc., enhancing his exposure to global sports ownership. LeBron invested $1 million early, and that investment has since multiplied. In 2025, LeBron's net worth is commonly estimated at $1.2 billion. This makes him among the very few athletes in sports history to reach billionaire status while still active. According to The Street, Business ventures and endorsements represent the bulk of his wealth, off-court earnings. LeBron is the first active NBA player ever to become a billionaire. He stands in elite company among sports billionaires, Tiger Woods, Magic Johnson, while still competing. Some of LeBron's ventures, media, production, equity, and startups, carry volatility and depend on continued performance, relevance, and market trends. Changes in consumer behavior, streaming economics, or global markets could affect valuations. Elon Musk's net worth makes global headlines again. Elon Musk is among the wealthiest individuals in history, with massive stakes in high-profile companies, Tesla, SpaceX, and AI. As so much of his wealth is tied to market valuations and equity, big movements in his net worth capture global attention, gains or losses alike. His compensation, legal battles, stock awards, and market fluctuations often become news because they may signal broader trends in tech, governance, or regulation. In early 2025, Musk reportedly lost about $81 billion in net worth in just 2 months, yet remained the world's richest individual. His wealth slipped below $400 billion at one point as Tesla shares plunged 27% since their December peak. Some sources noted that in 2025 to date, he lost over $121 billion, the largest drop among the top 10 richest people. In October 2025, Musk's net worth climbed up to $499.5 billion, making him, according to Forbes, the first person to approach a $500 billion net worth. Tesla's board approved a new $29 billion share award for Musk in August 2025, aiming to reinforce his leadership during a strategic transition. A lingering legal dispute involves a voided $56 billion compensation package from 2018. Musk's legal fight to reinstate that package is now before the Delaware Supreme Court. Separately, the 2025 compensation package is said to tie to ambitious goals, robotics, autonomous driving, but analysis shows Musk could still reap tens of billions even if many goals are unmet. SpaceX's valuation reportedly jumped from $350 billion to $400 billion, boosting Musk's stake by 40 to 42%, by some $20 billion. Tesla's share gains, particularly in late 2025, contributed significantly to that $500 billion milestone. A large portion of Musk's net worth is equity in Tesla and SpaceX, making him extremely sensitive to stock market changes and investor sentiment. Rihanna's net worth solidifies her mogul status. As of 2025, Rihanna's net worth is frequently estimated at $1.4 billion by sources such as The Street and others. Much of this wealth stems not from her music as much as from her entrepreneurial ventures, particularly Fenty Beauty, 50% stake, and Savage X Fenty. Her financial trajectory cements her status beyond a music icon, while she is very much a business mogul, one of the richest self-made women globally. Rihanna co-owns Fenty Beauty in a joint venture with LVMH, and she holds 50% of it. The brand's inclusive makeup lines, especially foundation shades catering to a wide spectrum, propelled it to early success and strong brand loyalty. As Rihanna owns equity, not just licensing or endorsement, every leap in Fenty's valuation directly boosts her net worth. Rihanna co-founded Savage X Fenty in 2018 with an emphasis on diversity, body positivity, and direct-to-consumer models. Her ownership stake, often cited at around 30%, gives her a meaningful share of that brand's value and profits. Although she hasn't released a full album in many years, her music catalog continues contributing to her income base. She also invests in real estate and holds endorsements and brand partnerships, Puma collaborations, which add ancillary revenue and prestige. In 2025, reports surfaced that Rihanna's net worth dropped by 30% from earlier valuations, linked to pressuring business conditions in her beauty and fashion lines. Specific challenges include flat sales for Fenty Beauty in some markets, notably China, and leadership transitions in Savage X Fenty, CEO changes affecting operations. Some analyses show a longer-term decline from 2022 to 2025. Her net worth reportedly fell from $1.7 billion to $1 billion. Her music fame gives her brand power and reputation, which she has effectively translated into trust and attention in the beauty and fashion markets. Kylie Jenner's net worth pushes her into billionaire territory. In 2019, Forbes declared Kylie Jenner the youngest self-made billionaire after she sold 5.1% of Kylie Cosmetics to Coty for $600 million, implying a $1.2 billion valuation. Later, Forbes retracted that status, citing that the Jenner family had inflated revenue figures and used questionable documents to bolster the business's earnings claim. The revised consensus among many financial analysts now places her net worth below the billion-dollar mark, or in the $600 to $800 million range. Her wealth comes from the business she founded in 2015. She retains a stake even after the Coty deal, often cited as 44%, and the valuation implied by the Coty deal was high, which fuels speculation about her net worth. As with hundreds of millions of followers, she commands high fees per sponsored post. Her property holdings in Los Angeles, Hidden Hills, and elsewhere, worth tens of millions, add to her asset base. A lot depends on valuation multiples, or how markets or investors value her cosmetic brand or allied businesses. Private businesses don't disclose all financials, which estimates involve assumptions about revenue, profit margins, and growth. When Forbes retracted her billionaire status, much of it centered on verifying real revenue versus claimed revenue in tax filings, documents provided, and internal transparency. Many believe she was never truly a billionaire by the strictest accounting criteria. Jeff Bezos' wealth surge dominates financial news. The lion's share of Bezos' net worth stems from his stake in Amazon, roughly 9% of shares as of 2025. Beyond Amazon, he holds interest in Blue Origin, a private aerospace company, The Washington Post, and other private investments via his venture arm, Bezos Expeditions. His annual salary from Amazon is minimal in proportion, $81,840, with modest benefits, emphasizing that most of his wealth is non-liquid and stock-based. As his net worth is heavily tied to Amazon's stock price, fluctuations in market sentiment or macro factors strongly influence headline movements of his wealth. When Amazon shares rise, his net worth can increase by tens of billions in days. When shares decline, equivalent losses are publicized. In 2025, Bezos' wealth surge and dynamics have been under sharper media focus, and here are some of the salient developments. As noted, in June 2025, he sold $737 million in Amazon shares under a predetermined plan. These moves are often interpreted as liquidity management, tax planning, or reallocation strategies to diversify away from overexposure to Amazon. In June 2025, Larry Ellison recorded a single-day gain of $26 billion, overtaking Bezos in the rankings. As a result, Bezos dropped from the number 2 position among the richest people, illustrating how quickly fortunes can shift among ultra-rich individuals. On some trading days, Bezos' wealth increased by multiple billions just from Amazon's stock gains. For instance, one day I saw a $2 billion bump following a share uptick. These movements get reported widely because they are dramatic and because wealth at that scale becomes news in itself. Media stories emphasize how Bezos' wealth gains symbolize the broader dominance of tech. They also often contrast extreme wealth gains with societal themes and inequality, tax policy, regulation pressures, etc. Kim Kardashian's net worth continues to grow rapidly. Kim first rose to public prominence via Keeping Up with the Kardashians, which gave her enormous media exposure and a built-in audience to monetize. That visibility became the launchpad for business ventures, endorsements, and brand building. In 2017, she launched KKW Beauty, which rapidly gained traction via social media and influencer marketing. In 2020, she sold a 20% stake in KKW Beauty to Coty for about $200 million, valuing the company at $1 billion. This deal gave her a major liquidity event and helped validate her business credentials. Though she divested part of the brand, it continued contributing to her brand ecosystem. In 2019, she co-founded Skims, a shapewear, loungewear, and apparel brand focusing on inclusive sizing and style. By July 2023, Skims had raised $270 million in a funding round, placing its valuation at $4 billion. Her stake in Skims, often estimated at around 30 to 35%, forms the bulk of her net worth in recent estimates. The Skims valuation of $4 billion gave a major boost to paper net worth. Skims has expanded beyond shapewear into loungewear and is exploring further verticals. The brand is moving into physical retail, like opening a store in London's Regent Street and leasing retail space on New York City's Fifth Avenue, with favorable terms to amplify its presence. In 2025, Skims acquired SKKN by Kim, her skincare line, previously with Coty, to bring it under the Skims umbrella. This consolidation helps align her brands and simplify valuation and operations. Her reality show, The Kardashians, continues to generate income and visibility. Drake's net worth hits an all-time high. Drake, Aubrey Drake Graham, started as an actor on Degrassi, The Next Generation, before switching focus to music. His early mixtapes and breakthrough albums, So Far Gone, Thank Me Later, built his fan base and credibility in hip-hop. Over the years, Drake's catalog of albums, singles, and features has transitioned into a massive streaming revenue. In 2022, Drake signed a long-term partnership with Universal Music Group that reportedly covers recorded music, publishing brands, media, and more. Some reports place the deal size in the $400 million range. The structure of such deals often gives artists an upfront advance plus downstream revenues tied to the catalog, merchandise, and licensing. His lifestyle brand and label help monetize fashion, merchandise, artist development, and cross-brand partnerships. Other investments and interests include stakes in tech startups and consumer and lifestyle companies. His ventures outside pure music help diversify income beyond tours and streaming. Drake holds multiple high-value real estate properties in Toronto and Los Angeles. He also bought a private jet, Air Drake, a Boeing 767 or similar aircraft, which is often included in the high-end net worth estimates. Such assets are less liquid but contribute to the total valuation of his net worth. His tours, It's All a Blur with 21 Savage, generated tens or hundreds of millions, combining ticket sales, VIP packages, sponsorship, and merchandise. Concerts remain one of the most lucrative channels for big artists, especially when combined with luxury packages, sponsorships, and extra experiences. The UMG deal gave him a large advance and expanded rights. Some articles claim that part of his catalog or master rights was included. Property values, jet valuation, and brand goodwill appreciate over time, adding to the paper net worth even without active cash flows. Media coverage of such assets, mansion, jet, luxury items, helps push narratives that his net worth is hitting a peak. Mark Wahlberg's net worth makes the front page. Wahlberg transitioned from his early music persona, Marky Mark, into acting, building a steady resume with both lead and supporting roles in high-profile films, The Departed, Transformers, Shooter. He often negotiated back-end deals or profit-share arrangements, points, in addition to upfront fees, allowing him to benefit when films do well. He runs a production company, closest to the whole, producing TV series and films, Entourage, Ballers, Boardwalk Empire. A burger chain owned with his brothers, combining brand, franchising, and media. They had a reality show based on it. He invested early in the fitness franchise. At its IPO stage, his holdings had meaningful valuation potential. Wahlberg has engaged in significant real estate buys and sales. For instance, in 2023, he earned $46.7 million from real estate transactions, selling a large Beverly Park home and a Las Vegas property. Over his career, Wahlberg has done brand deals like Calvin Klein. His personal brand enables cross-promotion of his ventures, merchandise, and media visibility, which can drive revenue in ancillary ways, product lines, public appearances. In June 2025, Paris Hilton purchased Wahlberg's former Beverly Park mansion for $63 million. That sale drew media attention to his past real estate holdings and their valuation. The mansion had previously been sold by Wahlberg in 2023 for $55 million. The escalated resale price highlighted the appreciation of high-end real estate in that area. Reports show that in 2023, Wahlberg made $46.7 million in real estate profits through high-value property transactions. That is usually large for celebrity real estate deals and promoting coverage. Such headlines help remind the public that a major part of his wealth is not just entertainment, but strategic asset management. Media outlets sometimes list him among the top-earning actors. One source claimed he earned $75 million between September 2024 and 2025, placing him at number one among actors in terms of earnings, although that particular story has been flagged as doubtful by some fact-checkers. Keanu Reeves' quiet fortune stuns industry insiders. Keanu Reeves began getting modest acting pay in the late 1980s to 90s, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, Speed. Over time, he moved from regular salaries into roles where he could negotiate back-end profits, royalties, and profit participation for blockbusters. The Matrix trilogy was probably the single largest pillar of his wealth. He didn't just take upfront salaries, he negotiated for back-end shares and profit participation. As of recent estimates, the Matrix films' original trilogy, plus The Matrix Resurrections, have contributed huge amounts both from the box office and subsequent revenue streams, merchandising, licensing, home media, and streaming. Another major recent contributor is the John Wick franchise. Earning from the far-released John Wick films added significantly to his income, especially as his salary increased by film, plus bonuses or back-end deals. Reeves co-founded Arch Motorcycle Company, 2011, which was a custom motorcycle business. This served both as a passion project and a revenue generation. Keanu also co-created Berserker, a comic book franchise, which expanded into animation-related deals. While not ostentatious about real estate holdings, there are multiple property investments, like one of them is a home he owns in Hollywood Hills. Reeves is widely known for giving large portions of his earnings or profit shares to the crew, especially in the Matrix sequels. Some stories report he gave away 75% of the salary or claims from the Matrix sequels to various crew departments. He supports charities quietly, children's hospitals, cancer research, etc. Despite his wealth, Reeves is known for modest living, not showing off, not owning giant mansions in every city, and often avoiding conspicuous luxury. He seems to favor meaningful projects, long-term investments, and royalties over purely upfront big paydays when possible. This contributes to steady accumulation rather than feast or famine. As of 2025, many sources estimate his net worth to be around $380 million US. Some sources say in the range of $380 to $400 million, depending on the method of valuation, what's counted like real estate, investments, back-end deals, and pending projects. Lady Gaga's net worth takes center stage. Gaga has sold millions of albums and singles like The Fame and Born This Way, which were multi-platinum successes. Streaming royalties from platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, etc. contribute a steady long-term income. As of early 2024, she had over 20 billion streams on Spotify alone. As a songwriter and producer on many of her own tracks, she captured more value than if she were just a performer. Tours are among her most lucrative revenue streams. Her Chromatica Ball tour grossed $112.4 million, and her Las Vegas residency, Enigma, Jazz and Piano, reportedly pulled in $100 million in ticket sales over its run. She has commanded high per-show fees, $1 million per night in Las Vegas, in some cases. Gaga has starred in major films such as A Star is Born and House of Gucci, and is linked to Joker Folie à Deux. These roles bring significant income through salaries plus profit participations. For Joker 2, her reported salary is $12 million, in addition to possible back-end or box office-related bonuses. She owns a Malibu oceanfront estate, acquired in 2024 for $22.5 million, with significant acreage and luxury features. Over the years, she bought and later sold a Frank Zappa home in Hollywood Hills and sold it to Lizzie Jagger for $6.5 million. Her real estate holdings are often valued at over $50 million collectively in published estimates. Gaga launched her Mayhem Era and Mayhem Ball tour, which is expected to be among her most profitable cycles. As of 2025, media reports suggest her annual income could range from $40 million to $60 million, depending on the tour, endorsements, streaming, and film income. Gaga recently broke Spotify records and claimed the female artist record for most monthly listeners, 123.73 million in 2025, highlighting massive streaming demand. Her new singles, Abracadabra, and catalog streams continue to dominate, supporting recurring royalty income. Jennifer Lopez's net worth sees huge jump. Jennifer Lopez launched her music career with On the Six in 1999, and over time she has released several successful albums and singles and toured globally. Simultaneously, she pursued acting and starred in Selena, The Wedding Planner, and others, which increased her earning base and visibility. As she often holds roles with producing credits via her company Neurorecan Productions, she gains upside beyond just performer pay. Her fragrance business, Jennifer Lopez Glow, reportedly has cumulative retail sales in the billions. Jennifer's skincare ventures, endorsements, licensing deals, and product lines provide non-performance revenue streams. She is invested in real estate, often buying, selling, and renovating luxury properties. Her property portfolio is estimated in the tens of millions. She also leverages her social and cultural capital, brand deals, endorsements, to monetize beyond music. Jennifer has shown the ability to reinvent and stay relevant, continue tours, acting in new high-visibility projects, which helps keep her earnings in motion rather than plateaued. By mid-2025, many sources estimated Jennifer's net worth at around $400 million. Some of these reports emphasize that this is not a static figure, but the result of multiple simultaneous earnings and asset value increases. She and Ben Affleck previously purchased a large Beverly Hills estate, 12-bedroom, 24-bath, in 2023 for $60.8 million. Upon their divorce, they agreed to split the proceeds, sell the mansion, and divide, rather than leaving one spouse with major exposure. Her past catalog, streaming, licensing, and residuals remain income sources, and even older albums or films generate ongoing revenue. The divorce from Affleck in early 2025 forced a clearer delineation of what assets belong to Jennifer personally versus jointly. They could unlock more visible net worth in media coverage. Morgan Freeman's net worth still climbing strong. Freeman's long filmography of acclaimed high-grossing movies, The Shawshank Redemption, $7 Million Baby, has provided both large salaries and lasting residuals. In many films, especially later in his career, he has negotiated profit participation, back-end deals, or producer credits, not just flat salaries. His distinctive voice makes him a sought-after narrator for documentaries, commercials, and branded content, which generates additional licensing and royalties. Even older films he starred in continue to produce revenue via streaming platforms, syndication, and Blu-ray sales. He co-founded Revelations Entertainment, giving him a stake in production revenue from movies and series he helps produce. Freeman has made investments in real estate and is known to maintain a private ranch property in Mississippi and residences elsewhere. He also has an interest in environmental or nature-oriented projects, his bee sanctuary on his land, which both reflect his passions and may carry tax or land use implications. In 2010, Freeman was required to pay a significant divorce settlement to his ex-wife, Myrna Coley Lee, widely reported estimates between $100 million and $200 million, which likely reduced what his net worth might have been. Despite that, his continued income streams, reinvestment, and residuals have helped maintain strong wealth growth over time. As of 2025, most credible public sources, Celebrity Net Worth, estimate his net worth at $250 million. Serena Williams' net worth serves up a power play. Serena earned about $94.095 million in career prize money, making her the highest-earning female tennis player in history. Over her career, she signed major endorsement deals with Nike, Gatorade, Wilson, and luxury brands. Her Nike contract alone was reportedly very lucrative, while her endorsement income over time is estimated to exceed what she made on the court. In 2014, Serena founded Serena Ventures, an investment firm focusing on early-stage startups, particularly those founded by women and people of color. Her venture firm has backed more than 85 companies, including unicorns, startups valued at more than $1 billion, like Impossible Foods, Masterclass, etc. Serena also launched consumer brands like Win Beauty 2024, Will Perform Body Care, and her own fashion labels, S by Serena, Anaris. Serena has bought minority stakes in Angel City FC, NWSL, the Miami Dolphins, Los Angeles Golf Club, TGL, and more. In 2024, she joined the ownership group of Toronto Tempo, the first Canadian WNBA franchise slated to begin playing in 2026. She also invested in the Toronto Temple WNBA team as part of her broader push into women's sports. Serena owns or has owned luxury real estate, like her mansion in Palm Beach Gardens and in Manhattan. Her real estate holdings are estimated in the tens of millions. In 2025, most credible sources estimate her net worth in the vicinity of $340 million. Some earlier sources quote $350 million, reinforcing the upward trend. Her entry into Toronto Tempo, WNBA, is a major visible move, as owning a basketball franchise signals she is not just investing, but playing at a higher strategic level. Gordon Ramsay's culinary empire fuels his net worth. Gordon Ramsay owns 80 to 90 restaurants worldwide, spanning continents like Europe, the Middle East, and America. His flagship restaurant, Gordon Ramsay in London, holds 3 Michelin stars, and many of his other staple venues have fine dining value that attracts high spenders. Ramsay is one of the most recognizable chef personalities globally, thanks to hit shows like Hell's Kitchen, MasterChef, and Kitchen Nightmares. He earns substantial per-episode fees, and one estimate is about $225,000 per episode for certain shows. He also benefits from back-end roles, licensing shows, streaming, and international adaptations. Over 25 cookbooks, many bestsellers, and these provide royalty income. Partnership with cookware brands, Hexclad endorsements, and licensing deals, Royal Dalton, etc. In 2019, he sold 50% of his U.S. restaurant business to private equity firm Lion Capital, which came with injected capital and commitments to expand many more restaurant locations. More recently, his joint venture, Studio Ramsay Global, is making moves like investing in Hexclad, a consumer cookware brand, and producing more TV globally. Ramsay owns property in expensive areas, Bel Air, London, which adds to his net worth. His restaurant turnover in the UK climbed by 21% in a recent year to €56.6, with underlying earnings also increasing. The group is expanding with new restaurant openings, including in London's 22 Bishopsgate, international expansion, and more site launches. Studio Ramsay has seen a surge in turnover. One report says €60.6 million for the year ending mid-2024, up from $43.1 million the previous year. The business restructure combining UK and international operations with Lion Capital helps streamline operations and improve margin or investor value. As of 2025, credible public estimates places net worth at around $220 million. Adele's net worth soars after recent comeback. Adele's global music catalog gave her significant royalty and publishing income. Before the big comeback phase, her net worth was already substantial, as industry sources placed it at around $200 million in 2022. Her business structures, like Melted Stone Publishing Limited, manage her publishing and music rights assets. Adele launched a residency called Weekends with Adele in Las Vegas at the Coliseum at Caesars Palace, which began in November 2022 after earlier days. In 2024, she extended her live performance phase with residency shows in Munich, Germany, which were held outdoors and specially built for the event. These live shows were highly lucrative, and one report said each show in the Munich run earned her around $5 million. As for the Las Vegas residency, estimates put her gross revenue per show at around $175 million, and likely more when add-ons are considered. By 2024, her net worth was estimated at $213 million. Some outlets estimate her net worth later as high as $220 million by 2025. Chris Hemsworth's net worth just reached new heights. Chris rose to fame with his role as Thor in the Marvel Studios. His per-film pay grew significantly, and later big films commanded him tens of millions. His films have collectively grossed billions worldwide. increasing his profile and earning power potentially. He co-founded the fitness app Center, which adds to his income beyond his acting career. Chris has high-profile endorsement deals, luxury brands, and investments in real estate. Hemsworth owns significant real estate assets, like a large estate in Byron Bay. Luxury and high-net-worth assets continue to help the wealth figure, although liquidity and valuations vary. Chris continues to be among the higher-paid actors in the industry, which suggests his earning potential remains strong till now. The combination of blockbuster acting roles plus business ventures indicates diversification of income, which often supports his growth in net worth. His publicly reported net worth appears to have grown from earlier years. Zendaya's net worth skyrockets with career momentum. Zendaya started in the entertainment industry as a child actor, appearing on shows like Shake It Up and KC Undercover, building her visibility and early earnings. She transitioned into film roles, including the role of MJ in the Spider-Man Homecoming franchise, which significantly raised her profile. Throughout this early phase, her earnings were modest relative to later blockbuster and endorsement deals, but the foundation was laid. Her performance as Rue in the Euphoria series marked a turning point, and she not only starred but also became an executive producer, enhancing her earnings potential and control. Reports indicate she negotiated high per-episode pay for Euphoria, approximately $1 million per episode in later seasons, reflecting her elevated status. On the film side, for the blockbuster Dune Part 2 and other large projects, she earned significant paychecks, like $10 million reportedly for Challengers in 2024. Zendaya expanded beyond acting into high-profile brand endorsements and fashion. By 2024 to 25, her compensation for major film roles and TV production roles significantly increased, like the song and film bonuses with back-end deals for Spider-Man roles. Media reporters estimate her net worth in 2025 at around $30 million. She is also at the top of the list of highest-paid young actresses under 30 in Hollywood, reflecting her career momentum. Snoop Dogg's net worth turns heads across the industry. As of 2025, Snoop Dogg's net worth is commonly estimated at around $160 million. This figure reflects decades of earnings from music, media, brand deals, and newer business enterprises. His career began in the early 1990s with the breakthrough album Doggy Style, 1993, which sold very strongly and helped establish his financial base. Through the 1990s and 2000s, he earned from album sales, concert tours, and streaming. He acquired the iconic label Death Row Records in 2022, which gave him ownership and control of his brand and catalog assets. Some of his endorsements and brand deals were for food and beverages. Even his older albums generate passive income via streaming and licensing. While live performance is not his sole income now, performances still contribute to his income. His cannabis and lifestyle brands and tech investments are significant contributors to his income. Snoop's cultural relevance made him a valuable brand ambassador. Properties, creative hubs, and commercial assets are part of his net worth base. Reese Witherspoon's net worth keeps climbing. As of 2025, Reese's net worth is estimated to be around $400 million. Witherspoon has become a major film star since the 1990s, Legally Blonde, and continues to command strong roles. Her transition into television and streaming roles, producing and acting, has added new income streams. She founded her media company, Hello Sunshine, in 2016. The company was reportedly sold in 2021 at a valuation of around $900 million, with Witherspoon retaining a stake. She also launched the lifestyle brand Draper James and has other endorsement and brand partnership deals. Witherspoon has invested in high-value real estate, Los Angeles, Nashville, adding significant asset value to her income. These assets contribute to her net worth beyond direct earnings from acting and business. Her net worth has shown a clear upward trend, like one breakdown suggests, with growth from $350 million to $450 million in 2025. The major jump came post-Hello Sunshine sale and through her producing credentials, marking a shift from actor to actor plus producer. Media narratives now emphasize she's leveraging control over content, ownership, and brand rather than just front-of-camera roles. It's not just that she's rich, But the way she built her wealth from acting into building a media enterprise, owning intellectual property, tapping into female-driven content, and branching into lifestyle brand business. Ryan Reynolds' fortune becomes a hot topic. Reynolds began his acting career in the 1990s and gained visibility with television and some early film roles. His breakthrough as a major film star arrived with multiple successful films, but the real wealth building began once he started leveraging ownership and business in parallel with acting. Even as an actor, his pay increased, like for most major films post-2010, he began earning tens of millions per project. Ryan didn't just rely on acting fees. He started acquiring equity stakes and ownership positions in businesses like Aviation American Gen and Mint Mobile. In Aviation Gen, he owned a stake but then sold the brand in 2022 for $610 million. His portion of this deal added significantly to his net worth. In 2019, he invested in the brand Mint Mobile, which was acquired by T-Mobile in 2023 for $1.35 billion, giving him a large payout. By 2025, multiple estimates place his net worth at around $350 million. His annual income also remains high. Like for 2025, one list placed his earnings around $85 million from combined sources, films plus business. Beyond Gen and Mobile, he has ownership in sports, Wrexham AFC, a Welsh football club, and stakes in technology and media companies. Ben Affleck's net worth makes Hollywood headlines. As of 2025, multiple sources estimate Affleck's net worth at around $150 million. Some reports place the earlier number, 2024, in the ballpark of $130 million. This figure is noteworthy because it reflects not just acting income, but a diversified career with producing, directing, business investments, and real estate. Early in his career, Ben starred in films like Pearl Harbor and Armageddon, and later major roles in the superhero sphere, playing Batman. His acting salaries grew into tens of millions for certain films, like one source reports he got $15 million for Paycheck, 2003. He has moved beyond acting into producing and directing. His work on Argo, which he directed and produced, is a high-profit example. He co-founded the production company Artists Equity with Matt Damon, which gives him a stake in content creation, rights, and back-end profits. Affleck earned notable endorsement and brand income, like a Super Bowl commercial for Dunkin', reportedly earned him around $10 million for 30 seconds. He has bought and sold high-value properties in Los Angeles, which contributes to his asset base. This is compelling because Ben's wealth is not just based on camera acting fees, but it's built on ownership, production, investment, and the ability to leverage his brand over decades. Emma Watson's net worth surprises financial analysts. Emma Watson first became globally known as Hermione Granger in Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone and subsequent franchise entries, a breakthrough role from a young age. During the Harry Potter films, she earned significant sums, like her net worth profile notes earnings of $70 million from the franchise alone. Post-Potter, she diversified into other films, such as Beauty and the Beast in 2017, and endorsements with major fashion brands. As of 2025, many credible sources estimate her net worth at approximately $85 million. One article gave a detailed breakdown with the Harry Potter earnings, her Disney role, endorsements, and real estate investments contributing to her income. While figures vary slightly across outlets, the $85 million figure is a consistent benchmark for her current financial standing. As for many analysts, the surprise isn't necessarily that she has significant wealth, but how she managed it and the fact that, despite stepping back somewhat from big blockbusters, she remains financially solid. She has shifted some focus away from continuous film leads to diversified roles, brand partnerships, activism, higher education, and selective projects. That deviation from the major blockbuster every year path can prompt surprise when the net worth remains high. Her alignment with sustainable fashion, activism as a UN Women Goodwill Ambassador, and more selective career choices mean her income sources differ from many big-paying actresses, yet she still maintains strong wealth. Some financial analysts anticipated her earnings might taper off more sharply after her early peak years, but her continued endorsement, residual income, and prudent investments have kept her net worth robust. Matthew McConaughey's net worth grows quietly but quickly. McConaughey first gained notice in the early 1990s with films like Dazed and Confused, 1993, later leading to roles such as A Time to Kill, 1996. During the 2000s, he became a familiar face in romantic comedies and lighter fare, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. This era built his acting income base, but did not yet mark the major wealth acceleration. His career pivot into more dramatic roles around 2010 onwards, for instance, Dallas Buyers Club and Interstellar, raised his profile and likely his earnings value. As with higher pay for major film roles and more selective projects, his compensation increased. One source states that he can command up to $20 million for a major film role. McConaughey moved beyond acting salary into endorsements and business, like he earns an annual income from endorsement deals, Lincoln Cars, Salesforce, and brand partnerships. He also invests in real estate, multiple homes across states, and has stakes in ventures, tech, sports teams, and business ventures which contribute to his growing net worth. As of 2025, estimates for his net worth are in the ballpark of $160 million. While the increments may look moderate year to year, the accumulation across acting, endorsements, business, and assets means his wealth has grown quietly, not always flashy, big exits, but fairly, steadily, and solidly. Kendall Jenner's net worth is turning serious heads. As of 2025, multiple credible sources estimate Kendall Jenner's net worth at around $60 million. Other outlets show lower or varying figures, depending on how they count assets and income. As for the Jenner-Kardashian family ranking, Kendall falls behind her sisters who have billion or $100 million valuations, which makes her figure interesting because it's more modest yet still substantial. Kendall is one of the world's highest-paid models, with major contracts with luxury fashion houses and beauty brands supporting a large portion of her income. She also earns via her social media influence, and her large following allows her to command significant amounts for sponsored posts and brand integrations. She co-founded and owns the tequila brand 818 Tequila, which is showing growth and adds a business asset dimension beyond modeling. Her brand collaborations with her sister in Kendall and Kylie and endorsement deals widen her revenue base. Real estate holdings and luxury assets, homes, vehicles, are part of her overall wealth picture, though exact values vary. Her lifestyle and brand positioning reflect a move toward long-term value rather than only short-term modeling gigs. It's noteworthy because, unlike some celebrities whose wealth comes almost entirely from one brand or business, Kendall's income comes from multiple streams like high fashion modeling, brand endorsements, business ownership, and social media influence. Kendall's move into spirits, 818 Tequila, shows she is not just earning today from modeling, but is building something that could scale up to support her growth. Timothée Chalamet's rising net worth sparks buzz. Chalamet earned critical acclaim with films like Call Me By Your Name, 2017. Although the pay was modest, it boosted his profile. During this period, his focus was more on prestige and roles that build artistry than on massive blockbuster paydays. These early years set the stage for higher earnings by building his reputation. He starred in Dune, 2021, reportedly earning about $2.2 million for his role. Then, in the sequel, Dune Part 2, 2024, his pay reportedly rose to around $3 million. In 2023's Wonka, he reportedly earned $9 million. These films saw major worldwide box office returns. Dune Part 1, $407 million globally. Dune Part 2, $714 million plus. This block of roles marked a major shift from indie art films to high-budget studio tentpoles, which significantly boosted his market value. Beyond acting, Timothée has built income streams through endorsements, fashion influence, and property, like his net worth estimate, which includes brand deals and real estate assets. According to one profile, his net worth in 2025 is around $25 million. Despite being young, he's already commanding multi-million-dollar salaries and high-visibility roles, which signals significant upside potential. His career trajectory shows rapid growth, like from indie darling to blockbuster lead to the brand icon that accelerates the headlines. The combination of high earnings from major films, strategic brand deals, real estate, and investment moves makes his financial story more interesting than just another actor's net worth. With blockbusters already under his belt and big projects apparently in the pipeline, further growth in net worth is likely, as he's involved in major deals and production roles. As his roles and brand partnerships expand, his earning ceiling rises, both salary-wise and via back-end deals. His image as a fashion and cultural influencer complements his film earnings, meaning his earnings ecosystem is broader than just acting. Millie Bobby Brown's net worth is already making waves. Millie first gained widespread attention with her role as Eleven in Stranger Things, debuted in 2016. Her salary per episode rose sharply from about $10,000 for early episodes to $30,000 in later seasons. By the third season, her per-episode rate reportedly reached $300,000. This rise illustrates her transition from a young breakout actor to a highly paid TV lead, laying the foundation of her growing net worth. Beyond TV, she secured major film roles like Enola Holmes, 2020, and its sequel. For the first film, she reportedly earned $6.1 million plus additional producer bonus income. For the sequel, the reported flat salary was $10 million, making her one of the highest-paid under-20 actors at the time. These big film contracts significantly boosted her earning potential and public profile. Brown founded her own beauty brand, Florence by Mills, which was aimed at Gen Z consumers and clean beauty trends. Her endorsements, modeling work, and social media influence also contributed importantly to her income streams. Thus, her net worth isn't just from acting while she's expanding into entrepreneurship, which adds sustainability and growth potential. As of 2025, her net worth is most commonly estimated at around $14 million, according to several sources. Some sources give her a higher range, up to $18 million, depending on what income and assets are counted. Her role in the final season of Stranger Things and other upcoming films will likely further raise her earnings and net worth. Terry Bradshaw's net worth makes the headlines. Terry Bradshaw was the first overall pick in the 1970 NFL Draft by the Pittsburgh Steelers and played 14 seasons, 1970 to 1983. His NFL salary by today's standards was modest, as it's reported he made $470,000 in his final season, 1983. These early playing earnings form the foundation, but are only a small part of his total wealth. After retirement, Bradshaw moved into broadcasting and joined CBS Sports as an analyst in 1984, and then in 1994, he began his long-term role on Fox NFL Sunday at Fox Sports. His broadcasting salary has been reported at about $5 million per year. This shift into media turned Bradshaw into a long-term income earner beyond his playing days. Bradshaw invested in real estate and owned properties in Texas, Oklahoma, and Mexico, which were reported at $13 million before the 2008 crash. He admits he sold many properties just ahead of the crash and lost about $900,000, which he called the smartest investment decision I ever made because it prevented much larger losses. One of his notable properties is like a 744-acre ranch in Thackerville, Oklahoma, which at one point was listed for $10.8 million, 2014, and then later for $22.5 million, 2022, and sold in late 2023, price undisclosed. He also reportedly has a hobby of acquiring planes and flipping them, which adds to his diversified income. Most credible sources estimate Bradshaw's net worth as of 2025 at $45 million. Much of this total comes from his broadcasting income, endorsements, brands like Ford, Tide, and Nutrisystem, and his investments. Travis Scott's net worth dominates rap-rich lists. Travis Scott, Jacques Berman Webster II, began releasing music in the early 2010s with mixtapes like Days Before Rodeo 2014 and Owl Pharaoh 2013, helping him build recognition. His debut studio album, Rodeo 2015, and follow-up Birds in the Trap Sing McKnight 2016, established him commercially. The later debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200. His third major studio album, Astroworld 2018, significantly elevated his status, while hit singles, Sicko Mode, major tours, and large-scale branding started to get. In short, his music career provided the foundation of his wealth, but the big growth came from ancillary avenues, branding, tours, and merchandise. Scott has earned substantial sums from tours and live appearances, like his Circus Maximus Tour 2023-25, which is described as the highest-grossing solo rap tour according to some sources. One breakdown states his touring revenue from 76 shows was $209.3 million. He reportedly can earn $1.3 million to $1.8 million per U.S. show and up to $6 million for some international shows. His collaboration with Nike, Jordan, and other brands, McDonald's, Cactus Jack Meal, Fortnite Virtual Concert, have generated tens of millions. A report says his Nike-Jordan collaboration brings in about $10 million yearly. His label, Cactus Jack Records, his fashion drops, Streetwear Hype, his drink venture, Cacti Hard Seltzer, and real estate holdings all contribute. Many sources estimate his net worth to be around $80 million in 2024-25. Nicki Minaj's fortune puts her at the top of the charts. Nicki Minaj rose from humble beginnings in Queens, New York, originally from Trinidad and Tobago, gradually building her profile through mixtapes and features. She signed with Young Money Entertainment and released her debut studio album, Pink Friday 2010, which established her commercially. During these early years, her income was largely from music sales, features, and early tours, setting the foundation for her later business ventures and brand deals. Over this period, Minaj expanded beyond pure music earnings and secured endorsement deals, launched her fragrance, and built a distinctive fashion brand. She partnered with major brands like MAC Cosmetics, Pepsi, Beats by Dre, etc. In parallel, her catalog grew, and she released multiple hit albums and singles, Super Bass, Anaconda, which began generating long-term streaming and royalty income. Her tours during this era also became significant revenue sources, although not yet at the record-breaking levels of later years. Her Pink Friday 2 World Tour, 2024, reportedly grossed over $108.8 million from 70 shows, making it the highest-grossing tour by a female rapper and one of the highest-grossing among hip-hop artists overall. This surge in touring revenue boosted her net worth significantly, as live performance income often has high margins, after expenses, for established global artists. At the same time, her business ventures, brand deals, and streaming income continue to add up, making her not just a performer, but a business brand. As of 2025, multiple sources estimate Nicki Minaj's net worth in the 9-figure range, over $100 million. Thanks for watching Past Paradise, where Hollywood legends come home. If you enjoyed today's look into the topic, Terry Bradshaw's net worth makes the headlines, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Got a star or story you want next? Drop it in the comments. Until then, keep the nostalgia alive, only on Past Paradise.
If you've watched the video till here, that means you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notifications bell icon